What is up, everybody? So, the gold bottleneck, yeah, it's hitting people hard. Level 30, things seem to get exponentially more expensive. So in this video, we're going to show why that is the case, but most importantly, we're going to show how to maximize your gold farm. What you need to do, I'll give recommendations on characters in order to help you do that, and also where to be spending your other resources in able to get there, namely energy. So we're going to break it down into 3 parts. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in Middle Earth. Let's go. All right, part 1, guys. Let's go ahead and talk about where you can spend your gold, why it's getting so expensive at certain points. And to do this, let's quickly go to the supply store. You can buy gear here for gold, just don't, okay? It's not worth it at any point. You're going to find randomly you have 500,000 gold, you hit level 30, and then you're going to hit level 31, and you're going to have 3,000 gold, okay? And then you're never going to be able to get back to those numbers, at least not right away. So don't spend your gold there because gold gets super, super crunched down in the 30s. Let's go to the collections now. Now, this is where you will spend your gold on your character upgrades. There's 4 places to do that. We got star promotions, character levels, gear, and ability levels. I'm going to do a video on where is the most benefit per gold. I'm going to quickly give you the spoilers now, okay? Just because I don't want you to wait till tomorrow and be wasting gold along the way. Leveling your characters gives you the biggest jump, followed by abilities that add functionality. That'll be something like Eowyn's special. When she goes from level 2 to 3, she's given an additional might out. 3 will be gear. 4 will be abilities that just add damage. That'll be like Strider's ultimate is now going to add 10% damage, I believe, on the next one. And 5 is the star levels. Yeah, star levels get really, really rough. So to go from 2 to 3, it costs us 19,000 as we see. 3 to 4, 80. 4 to 5 is going to cost us 150,000. And then I believe probably to 6 star will be 250. Probably to 7 star will be 500,000. That's because it seems to be mirroring what we know from Marvel Strike Force. Let's look at levels real quick. So we're leveling through the 30s to go from 32 to 33, 5,050 to go from 33 to 34. If you do the subtraction there, 5,650 for the next one. So you see the gold is like exponentially increasing per level. Our gold is not exponentially increasing, so there's a big, big crunch there. I do still think that is the main place to be putting your gold, though, so keep that in mind. If we look at gear, you'll see the gear on Strider for a level 4 gear tier piece. This is still a blue piece. We're looking at 7,000 gold. Now let's go to a character who's at gear tier 5, Eothane. And if we look at his gear piece, it is 16,000. So not only does it cost more gear, it costs a lot more gold, more than 2 times. And you're going to find when you hit level 30, this is where you're starting to progress through those blue gear tiers. It gets very, very expensive, very, very fast. And finally, if we look at the abilities, let's go back to Strider for his basic to go from level 3 to level 4, 30,000 gold. Let's look at his special to go from 2 to 3, 13,000. Let's also look at the ultimate real quick. From 2 to 3 is 19,000. So all the abilities cost different, right? The ultimate costs more than the special costs more than the basic. Doing that math, if we're looking at Strider's basic costing 30,000, we know the special is going to cost more than 30,000, which is kind of scary. So you see it's more than a 2 times jump, okay? It gets super duper expensive. So that's where we're spending our gold, all in character progression. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a video, but here are the cliff notes. Levels, abilities that add functionality, gear, abilities that don't add functionality but add damage, and stars. All right, so that's where we're spending our gold. Now that we know how it's getting so expensive, what point it's getting so expensive, which is around level 30, let's go talk about how to maximize our gear farm. Gold farm. So you do get lump sums of gold for completing campaigns. So you see here when I complete light campaign 3.9, I'm going to get 75,000 gold. This is how you've been able to get up to about 500,000 when you hit level 30, and then it completely evaporates because level 30 it goes bonkers. It goes bonkers on you. Okay, you were able to bring all your characters up to level 20. You're able to keep up with everything except for the ability materials. Now, as soon as you hit level 30, all that's gone. Okay, but this is still a nice little lump sum. The next place you're going to be able to get gold is from the objectives we do daily. I've already collected them, so unfortunately I can't show you this. Let me just make sure I'm not about to run out of time. Good, I'm still going to be able to claim that energy. And then we have challenges. Now, challenges we get to do 3 times a week on Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. This is Treasure Trove. We need a light team to do this, okay? And this is going to be very important to push the hardest difficulty you can, get a 3 stars so you can farm it more easily, and we'll see there's a big difference here. So for tier 3, 14,000 gold. We do that 3 times per day on the 3 days we're allowed to do it. That's going to be 42,000 gold. Tier 2, if we did that 3 times, it's 30,000 gold. There's a difference of 12,000 gold there. Seems like a drop in the bucket when we just saw the costs, like doing a full level costs 5,000. It's additional 2 levels though, so definitely worth it to be pushing that tier 3. We need the light team for that. Keep that in mind when we do recommendations later. And finally, where you are most consistently farming gold is going to be your campaigns. Now this is tricky. I'm going to lose some people here, but let's start where maybe I'll lose less people, the guild campaign. So you'll see on chapter 3, I'm getting 935 gold for 10 energy. Let's drop down to chapter 1. I'm getting now 510 gold for 8 energy. So we only increased by 2 energy, and we nearly doubled the amount of gold that we're making. So you definitely want to be farming the furthest chapter you were able to clear up to. So right now I'm only farming that node on chapter 3, even though it does not give me character shards. That's where we lose people. I don't think it's beneficial to farm character shards yet. I think the gold is more important. I'll get completely flipped around and I'll look like an idiot if all of a sudden they start releasing content that needs star levels. If you need to have stars on characters in order to even get into the raid or whatever the case may be. This is most likely going to be true with the legendary character. So maybe you still want to be farming shards. I believe Tauna had said it's going to be Harridim. Maybe you still want to be farming those character shards. But for me on the guild campaign, I am farming the furthest chapter I'm able to, which is chapter 3 for me. I will say though, unlock Ironhide, okay? He's arena meta. He's going to be part of our recommendations when we get there. Make sure you unlock him. He is a 4-star, so you do have to spend gold to big amount of gold to unlock him, and that does suck. Let's go talk about the light and shadow campaigns next. So this is the light campaign. This is chapter 4. If we look, 500 gold for 8 energy. All right. Now we'll go to chapter 1, 170 gold. It is 6 energy, but do the math, all right? That's 2 energy jump for more than 2 times the amount of gold. Obviously, we want to be farming those later chapters as much as possible. You might have to come back here to get a piece of gear while you're gearing through your characters, but you want to avoid that, which does mean you want to avoid bringing up newer characters where possible. All right, I don't know if they're going to fix this where they're going to start shoving green gear onto the later nodes, or if we're going to get some kind of orb or something passively that gives us green gear. I don't know. But 100%, if we are in mind to farm gold, we want to farm the furthest chapters possible in the light and shadow normal campaign and in the guild campaign as well. Let's briefly talk about the hard campaign for light and shadow. So the amount of gold you get for pushing further chapters in the hard campaign for light and shadow is the same. So we're getting 560 gold for chapter 3. Let's go to chapter 1. We're still getting 560 gold. It still costs 12 energy, but for farming chapter 4 in the normal mode, we're getting 500 gold for 8 energy. This is super gold inefficient, but it is where we farm character shards. Now, if you're of the same mind of me, that the star levels right now, mathematically on a per stat, per gold basis, doesn't make sense. Maybe you just want to farm the normal campaigns, the farthest chapter you can to maximize your gold. This is exactly where we're going to lose people. Maybe farming these character shards is not the highest benefit. I would much prefer to farm more gold so that I could put more gear and abilities on Eothen than I would to farm up his shards so that I can bring him up to 3-star. Kind of a weird way to think about it, I know. Let me know what you guys think. And again, in the next video, we're going to actually break down the math for that. In my findings, it makes sense all the way up to 4 stars. I haven't done the math on 5, 6, and 7 stars yet. I assume they're bigger stat jumps because it costs more shards. But again, it's going to cost us more time, which is more gold loss. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about that. Now let's talk actual recommendation. All right, guys, and that leads us to recommendations. I'm going to keep this super brief. Just don't do what I did, okay? Don't build wide. If you look at my roster, I have 15 characters over level 30, a lot pushing level 35. That's wasted gold there, wasted gold on their gear, wasted gold on their ability levels, and wasted gold on promoting some of them. Don't do that. Be laser focused. And really, we want to keep it to as close to 10 characters as possible. We need 5 light characters. We need 5 shadow characters. There's some necessary evils. You got to build up Frodo at least a little bit. I only brought him up to 12 to get through a certain point. We need to build up Pippin to get him through a certain point. And then from there, we want to be super, super focused. So 5 light characters, they're going to be your most important. I kind of favor them for the arena too, which is a great added bonus. And I really like the Rohan characters, especially the ones you get for free from that. And they are great in the gold campaign. As you saw, I did 3-star that. So we got our our light characters there. My son's beating up the green screen behind me. And we have the orcs. We're going to be building them. They're great for the shadow campaign. They're going to be good for the challenges, okay? So these 5 characters from shadows, 5 characters from light. Don't deviate for now. Wait until we have a gold surplus. If this game is anything like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, they eventually made gold basically meaningless, okay? So hold out hope for that. Just wait. Don't write the game off. Just be focused. This is day 4 after all, okay? And if you're starting, you might be on day 4 too. Maybe you're on day 14. It doesn't matter anymore. He's literally whispering in my ear like the Eye of Sauron, okay? I gotta go, guys. That's my recommendations. Those characters there, laser focused. Don't waste any resources. You don't absolutely have to. Farm those later campaign chapters if you can. I know in the math, I ended up realizing chapters 2 and 3 on the normal mode give the same, and they give identical to the hard campaign. So if you are only on chapters 2 or 3, it's a great time to make use of farming on those character nodes while you can to double up there. Anyway, guys, that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys think down below. How are you feeling about the gold bottleneck? Did it hit you yet? Are you mad? Are you writing the game off? I don't think we're necessarily there yet. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.